Hey there fam, if you're returning, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. I'm Cassie, founder of Faithful Finance Academy and your guide to making money moves that honor God and set you up for success. So I decided to put this compilation video together so that I can share with you my financial journey series. I start off by introducing my story of how and why I created Faithful Finance Academy, which was to help you on your financial journey. I then follow up with a savings video and how putting your money in a high yield savings account can help your money grow instead of just letting it chill in a non-interest savings account. I follow up with a budget video and how a zero-based budget can help you put your money in order, basically telling your money where to go instead of you wondering where it went. And finally, investing for beginners. How just simply with $100 you can start investing and watch your money grow while you sleep. The power of compound interest. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, leave a comment below, and share this video with a friend. Let's dive right in. I didn't grow up learning about money, and for years I struggled because of it. But when I decided to take control of my finances and trust God in my journey, everything changed. Stay tuned for more of my story. Hey there friends, if you're returning, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. I'm Cassie, founder of Faithful Finance Academy and your guide to making money moves that honor God and set you up for success. Let's dive right in. Let's be honest. Most of us didn't grow up with financially savvy parents. And this is not a knockdown on parents because, as my son Justin always reminds me, parenting didn't come with a manual. So perhaps our parents grew up without financial literacy as well. But I made a decision to change that. And today I'm sharing my journey with what I've learned and how you can experience financial breakthrough too. Growing up, money was always a struggle in my household. There were 5 of us and money was always stretched thin to accommodate the needs of each of us with only one income to cover it all. No one taught me about saving or investing or building wealth. Although our necessities were covered, anything additional I wanted had to wait, and by then the trend had passed and I no longer needed the thing that I wanted. This obviously brought on a great deal of stress as a young adult, seeing everyone else perhaps enjoying simple things that probably didn't cost a lot of money. But because we didn't have any additional money, I always felt like I was missing out and couldn't enjoy certain things with my friends. I knew that something had to change. So I started educating myself. I started reading books, listening to financial experts, but most importantly, leaning on God for wisdom. So about 5 years ago, I was back at home in New York City. And something that I'm accustomed to doing is whenever I'm faced with a challenge in my spiritual walk with God in a particular area, I start praying and asking God for help in that area until I feel like I've experienced breakthrough. And being generous was an area I felt that needed that breakthrough. I mean, I wasn't cheap and I paid my tithes and my offerings, but I realized that I wasn't generous, and that bothered me a great deal. So I started praying and asking God to make me a better steward of my finances. Because let's be honest, we're simply managers of what God has given us. Everything is made by Him and for Him, and we're simply called to manage all that He has given us. God has called us into dominion, and understanding our dominion begins with recognizing the significant role that God has assigned us in creation. Being granted dominion is interconnected with a call to stewardship. We are not just rulers, we are managers of all that God has created. Finally, after 2 long years of praying for this and being put to the test, when God would place me in certain situations to be generous and give when I didn't have much, and He was calling me just to trust in His fidelity and just simply walk in obedience, despite of not understanding how this would end up, I did it anyways. That's when I finally felt like God had given me the breakthrough that I needed. I started budgeting and saving and investing and getting out of debt. I now was able to give despite of whether I had or not, because I trusted that God and God alone was my provider. Not my employer, not my job, not my spouse at the time, not my side hustle, but it was God and God alone. This right here was the game changer for me. Trusting God shifted my mindset about money. I mean, guys, I have to share a little bit of what I experienced during the global situation that we experienced back in 2020, where everyone was getting laid off. They were losing their jobs if you weren't essential. People were fighting each other over toilet paper and eggs and Lysol. But for me in my house, it was a time of complete abundance. A time where I was giving people money and helping people pay their rent, while at the same time saving money for my down payment of my new home. There was never, and I mean never, a lack in my house. And I thank God for that. Had I not been praying prior to this event happening, I probably wouldn't even be here today sharing about financial stewardship and taking control of your finances. Through this journey, I realized that I wasn't alone. So many people struggle with finances, not because they're lazy, but because they were never taught. That is why I created Faithful Finance Academy, to help others break free from financial stress and step into financial wisdom and abundance. What if I told you that your money can grow while you sleep? No hustle, no side gig, just smart saving. Sounds too good to be true? Stick with me because I'm about to show you how to start saving the right way and how a high yield savings account can turn your lazy dollars into overachievers. Stay tuned for more. Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Cassie, founder of Faithful Finance Academy, where we talk real money, real life, and real breakthrough. Now let me keep it real for a second. I didn't grow up learning how to manage money. We had that money disappears before payday curriculum. But once I got serious about financial freedom, saving became my foundation. So why is saving so important? Because life can be unpredictable. A car breakdown, a medical bill, an unexpected emergency. You need a cushion, and savings is just that. Not just financial security, it's peace of mind. It's sleeping at night knowing that you're not one flat tire away from breakdown and a breakdown. A quick reminder, savings equals stability plus opportunity. You're not just preparing for problems, you're preparing for possibilities. Now I know what you're thinking, how am I supposed to start saving when my paycheck is already in witness protection? Trust me, I've been there. But here's how you can start small. Start with what you can. Start with $10, $25, even $5. It's not about the amount, it's about building the habit. Automate it. Start a direct transfer to your savings. Let it happen in the background like your favorite playlist. Cut one thing. Skip that extra drive-through. Even cancel that subscription that you forgot you had. And redirect that money. Little by little, it adds up. And remember, Luke 16:10 tells us that whoever can be trusted with little can also be trusted with much. Faithfulness starts with the small stuff. Now let's turn your savings up a notch with a high-yield savings account. Not all savings accounts are created equal. Some grow like bamboo and others grow, well, like my houseplants. If you know, you know. But here's the tea. A traditional savings account might give you 0.01% interest. That's like 10 cents on $1,000. Not even enough for a gumball. But a high-yield savings account, you can earn 4% or more. That's $40 on the same $1,000 just for letting your money chill. When shopping around for a high-yield savings account, look for these features. No monthly fee, competitive interest rate, FDIC insured, and easy to use online. Your money deserves to work as hard as you do. Let's talk faith for a sec. Savings is not about fear. It's about wisdom. Proverbs 21:20 says that the wise store up choice food and olive oil, but the fool gulps theirs down. Savings is biblical. It's stewardship. You're saying, God, I trust you with my finances, and I'm going to manage what you've given me with care. If your bank account feels like watching a horror movie, we need to talk about budgeting. And before you start thinking, not another lecture on budgets. Listen, I'm not here to take away your iced coffee fun. I'm here to help you stop wondering why payday feels like a 24-hour event instead of lasting 2 weeks. Because a budget is not what most people think it is. It's not a punishment, and it's not a fun eliminator. And no, it's not just for people eating ramen noodles 5 nights a week. Let's break it down. Hey there friends, if you're returning, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. I'm Cassie, founder of Faithful Finance Academy, and your guide to making money moves that honor God and set you up for success. Let's dive right in. First things first, let's clear up some myths about budgeting. A budget is not a prison sentence. I promise, it's not here to lock you up and throw away the key. You can still enjoy your life, take trips, and treat yourself, but you'll do it on purpose, not just because your emotions told you to add to cart at 2 in the morning. A budget is not only for people who are struggling. Look, millionaires budget, businesses budget, even your grandma budget. She just calls it saving for a rainy day. This is about being wise with what you have, not about being broke. A budget is not complicated. If you can binge watch Netflix for 5 hours straight, you can take 20 minutes to plan where your money goes. You do not need a PhD in finance to make this work. If you can add and subtract and tell yourself no when needed, okay, maybe the last one is a little hard, but you can budget. All right, now that we know what a budget isn't, let's talk about what a budget actually is, because this is where the glow up happens. A budget is a plan. Proverbs 21:5 says that the plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as haste leads to poverty. So if your financial plan is just hope for the best and pray my card doesn't get declined, guys, we got to do better. A budget is a tool for freedom. You ever had that mini heart attack when your card is processing and it's taking a little too long at checkout? Yeah, I've been there. Budgeting helps you never feel that anxiety again. It gives you peace. And guys, peace is priceless. A budget is a faith move. Look, God is a God of order, not of chaos. Luke 16:10 says that whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. If you can't manage $1,000, well, why would God give you 10,000? Budgeting shows God that we're ready for overflow. So what is a zero-based budget? Now let's talk about the budget that changed my life, the zero-based budget. What is it? I'm glad you asked. A zero-based budget is simple. Every dollar gets a job. Your income minus your expenses should equal zero. That doesn't mean you're broke. It means your money's behaving. So why does it work? Because it forces you to be intentional. Normal, oops, I forgot about that bill. Or how did I spend $200 at Target when I just went in for toothpaste? Every dollar has a mission. You tell your money what to do instead of wondering where it went. All right, so now let's talk about why budgeting is the glow up your finances need. You get peace of mind. No more sweating bullets when your card is thinking at checkout. You experience financial control. You make money decisions before your money makes them for you. Faithful stewardship, because God blesses my finances, hits different when you actually manage them well. Also, you achieve your goals, whether it's getting out of debt or saving for a house or finally booking that vacation. Budgeting makes that happen. So you've got your budget and you started saving. And now you're thinking, what do I do with this money? Do I stick it under my mattress? No. It's time to let that money go to work for you without quitting your day job or turning into the Wolf of Wall Street. Let's dive right in. Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cassie, founder of Faithful Finance Academy, where we mix wisdom, the word, and a whole lot of real talk to help you win with money. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, because here we've got kingdom principles and budgeting tips hotter than your auntie's sweet potato pie. Okay. Let's talk real quick about why investing matters. Savings is safe, but it's not going to make you wealthy. You cannot save your way to wealth. Inflation is out here like your sneaky ex, quietly stealing your money's value behind your back. Investing helps your money grow, beat inflation, and build wealth over time. Think of it like planting a money tree, but legally. So what is investing really? It's giving your money a job. You're basically saying, hey dollars, go out there, work overtime, and bring some friends with you. You're putting your money into things like stocks, funds, real estate, with the expectation that they'll grow in value over time. Here's your beginner-friendly investing roadmap. Number 1, set your goals, whether it be retirement, generational wealth, or just tired of being broke. Number 2, know your options. 401k or 403, especially if your job gives you free money, also known as matching. Roth IRA, tax-free growth, yes please. Or a brokerage account, great for long-term wealth building. Number 3, pick your style. Low-key investor, start with index funds or EFTs. Let me break it down for you. An index fund is a type of investment that copies a big list of companies like the S&P 500. So instead of picking individual stocks, you've invested in hundreds of companies at once. It's like ordering the whole sampler platter instead of just one dish. You get more variety and it spreads the risk. And let's talk about EFT, which is an exchange traded fund. An EFT is very similar to an index fund, but it trades on the stock market like a regular stock. It gives you that same diversification, but it's a little bit more flexible and easier to buy or sell. A faith frame example. When we invest in an index fund or an EFT, we're not putting our trust in one single company. We're diversifying. And that's a wise principle in the scripture. Ecclesiastes 11:2 says, invest in 7 ventures. Yes, 8. You do not know when disaster may come. Translation, don't put your eggs all in one basket. Feeling brave? Learn how to research individual stocks. But maybe don't buy 47 shares of a company just because you like their sneakers. Number 4, choose a platform. Something like Fidelity or Vanguard, even beginner apps like Acorn or SoFi. But stay away from anything that looks like it was built back in 2003. Proverbs 21 says that the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. Investing is not gambling, it's a long-term strategy. Here are some fast tips. Start small, but start now. Even $50 a month adds up. Automate your investments. Because let's be honest, we forget. And don't panic when the market dips. Keep learning. YouTube University is free. And so is wisdom if you ask God for it. At the end of the day, everything belongs to God. And we're not chasing money. We're simply managing what He gave us. When your financial strategy is aligned with your faith, you position yourself for real breakthrough.